Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and whenever you're watching me right now. My name is Jay Luke, the owner and operator of the Passionates Network, where we amplify the voices, elevate the culture, and champion the musicians. Don't forget, you can get any of our merchandise right here on this channel. All you got to do is click on whatever you want. You can get 30% off your final purchase. Just type in HBCU band. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I wanted to go ahead and bring this up, man, because I think this is super dope. This is a very, very, very great award to be bestowed upon you, or at least to be nominated for. And I think it's a true testament to what directors are doing that do not get a lot of recognition. And let's be very clear. As a band director, as a former band director, however, whatever way you want to, give the title, I still consider myself, even though I'm not physically in front of a band anymore. But in the 12 or 13 years that I was in front of a band, I definitely want to say that a lot of work goes unnoticed. Let's be real. Obviously there's a lot of, energy that is put into what happens in sports and so on and so forth. Coaches who are recognized, teams who are recognized, and so on and so forth. Even the bands that typically go on to these, higher areas, BOA and US bands and so on and so forth, like all of these different things. So many times I feel like the directors are not highlighted enough. And so I really think it's really great that you have situations like this, like the William P. Foster Project Community Development Award, where people are recognized and people are honored. Now, if you don't know anything about the award, basically the award itself is basically recognizing those programs or those directors who have been doing things in the community, have been active in the community with their particular programs, in changing the community in some type of way, or just in a big way, impacting the community with the work that they do with their students, with their programs. And also a collaboratory effort as far as what are you collaborating with different organizations? Are you making some type of contribution to what you're doing with any other organizations, outside organizations, anything that is outside of your school and your program? And I think that this is a great way to be recognized. So first things first, the first thing that I noticed right off bat is that we got 3 chocolate people on here, man. 3 chocolate brothers. Brother Cedric Young, if I'm not mistaken, he is the person who started the Atlanta Drumline, and obviously that is something that is happening very big in the Atlanta area. And so, I mean, he has, I think, 33 years of education or teaching. So rather, big ups to him. I think Dr. Oscar Petty Jr., who is a oboist and apparently a dope oboist. Not even gonna say apparently. He's been doing it for a long time. And then our very own brother Quan Mitchell, right here from the Passionates Network. Usually I don't do this, but I'm gonna do this on Luke's Band Report. Gotta give him the air horn and a couple of applauses, so we're gonna do that as well. And give my brother his flowers as well. Brother Quan Mitchell, who is a active panelist here on the Passionates Network. But outside of that, a lot of people don't know of the work that he has put in tirelessly. I ain't gonna say effortlessly, because it is definitely with a lot of effort. And because I know him personally, and I've also been able to be in the room with him as he works with his students, and also been able to travel with him as he took his students to DC for the July 4th parade. I know the work that he has put in, the many students that he has gotten scholarships for that program. So I think it's very dope, the fact that he has been honored, but I also think it's great that they all 3 have been honored in that way. The way that they have impacted the community, impacted students, so on and so forth, I think needs to be recognized. And as Luke's Band Report, I feel it necessary not only to talk about just the things that are happening in the band world that really have us thinking, but we should also continue. And what I'm always going to do is always going to highlight the great things that are happening in our culture, in our world, in our community, as far as the music education and band goes as well. But that is not for me to not overlook Mr. Jeff Chang, who has years of experience doing a great job. I think he has a Winter Guard program that's been really good. He's went to state multiple times. So I want to make sure that we acknowledge him. Mr. Tom Cox, same thing, been in Indiana for quite a long time. I think he was told to go to the particular school that he's at right now. And he's been there for quite a long time and had much, much, much success. And then Salvador Rodriguez, who is the assistant band director, but he has also taken up the mantle of being the director or the fine arts director over his area. And so we want to make sure that we give everybody their flowers, because listen, it's not an easy job to be a band director. It just really isn't. And it isn't an easy job to be a teacher. Let's put it out there. But it isn't an easy job also to be a director, a band director in front of so many kids for so many years, supporting them the best way that you possibly can, whether you are in a low socioeconomic area, which to me, in my personal opinion, and this is my personal opinion, is a lot more and takes a lot more, because support is very difficult and you got to work for it and you got to push for it and you got to find the loopholes and you got to do so much to be able to carry out the goals that you want to be able to carry out when you're in a low socioeconomic area. But if you're not in that area, you're in a suburban area, that doesn't mean that your work is not in that doesn't mean that your work is in vain. And that doesn't mean that you don't have obstacles that you may run into. And so I think it's necessary that we continue to support our directors, support our music educators who are inside of the fight and who are continuing to inspire young students to be great, to move forward. And remember this, every kid that walks into that band room is not going to be the world's greatest musician. But remember that what we do and what they do in that classroom is an avenue to get to the places that they want to be. And I can tell you right now, that was a great conversation that I had with Brother Deontay Kennedy. And I won't go further into that, and there's a reason why. You'll find out in the near future. But a great conversation that I had with him, and that's one of the things that we highly agree on, is the fact that, remember, this is just an avenue to be able to get to where you want to go. Or get the students to where they want to go, to be able to be an engineer or be a doctor or be a nurse. That doesn't necessarily mean that just because they're in your band program that they're going to be somebody's band director. You may get a few of them, but this is just an avenue for them to be able to find the success that is lying dormant within them. So again, I want to applaud all of these people. I want to definitely applaud, Mr. Cedric Young, Dr. Oscar Petty, and our own Brother Quan Mitchell. I want to know inside of the comment section, guys, who do you think that should be honored? Who was your band director? How did they impact you? How did they impact you at this particular time in your life? Whether you're 20, whether you're 30, whether you're 14, I ain't gonna say, well, I don't know. Maybe we may have some 14-year-olds on this watching this channel, man. So whether you're 18, if you're in their class right now, give them a shout out right there in the comment section. But I want to see it all inside of the comment section. Don't forget, you can get 30% off of any merchandise that you look at. Remember, all you got to do is type in the promo code HBCUBand. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.